Hello, everyone, and welcome to Three Dudes, One Zoom. As always, I don't even know what today's date is. It is
26th.
May 26th. It is 9:15 for a lovely night edition. Make sure you always listen to us, as always, powered by Anchor.fm, all that good stuff. We'll get to that at the end. Guys, how are you doing today?
Good.
So, obviously, the big sports story of the week would be the match where Brady and Mickelson faced Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning. Little C, what were your thoughts on the match overall?
Well, it was my first golf match watching, ever, and I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Maybe because it's Brady and Manning that are in there, so I don't know how I would like an actual golf tournament, but no, it was good. Obviously Brady's amazing shot was luck, but it was the most Tom Brady.
I saw that shot. Out of everything, I did see that shot.
Know what annoys me with golf more than anything? It's like if a guy who's I'm talking like PGA pros, if he puts it within 5 feet, they're like, what skill this guy has.
He
But if
makes
he
it
hits
in
a
his
hole
luck.
in one, they're like, what luck? It's like, all right, I think it's all the same thing.
All
Gotta be lucky.
Brady shots before that were terrible.
But that's golf.
Yeah, true.
Brady had the quintessential golfer's game where it's like terrible, terrible, terrible. Hits one great shot that he'll spend the next. He was an hour away from never playing golf again. He hit that shot that just guaranteed 10 more years of golf for Brady. And then he gets to himself where he can take a putt to get the lead or tie it late, and he misses. That's your average golfer's 18-hole rounds.
I like the chirping too. Between Manning and Brady.
The best trip was Brady against Peyton for the University of Tennessee when he's like, you guys, they haven't been good since you left. It was like 27 years ago. I was like, that was a good burn. Fun fact, I played 27 holes of golf today. I am exhausted.
I worked
Didn't
9 hours.
Well. Okay. I walked 11 and a half miles playing golf. So
I just got my pool open today. Well,
I saw Lil C. You're sending scandalous snaps out. You weren't not wearing shirts.
Oh, yeah, I got this tan line out, so.
It's really cool because it's literally the shape of a hat. It's like you got a little hut on the top of
it's
your
out
head.
now, so we're solid. But, Tank, what did you think of what you saw?
I literally only saw that shot.
God.
Did you hear about anything, though? Like, you watch a lot of sports talk shows, right?
Yeah, well, I mainly listened to him on my way to work and on my way home to work, and I didn't hear much about it, so.
It was the most watched golf telecast in the history of cable television.
You know who wasn't watching? Me.
Tank.
Yeah.
Of the 314 million Americans, 6 million tuned in. Tank was one of the majority.
Let me tell you, though, Charles Barkley should not be trash talking about golf.
Charles Barkley is an awful golfer.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's like when you're playing bad, golf is the most humbling thing ever. Because when if you play golf with someone, you'll see them at their lowest of lows.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no matter, it's kind of like baseball. As a stink bug climbs up my wall, you'll see a guy completely bottom out, and the only thing he can do is go and try to hit it better next time. It's like you can't escape, especially if you're on the 12th hole. You're stuck.
Well, you can.
You can't rage quit. You can't rage quit.
You can.
Then you're a coward then, and not a man.
Well, I mean, that's with any game. If you just leave.
I got this golf tip from today from a guy that I was playing with, and I hit my first drive that went over 320 yards. I was going banana land.
What's the tip?
No, he made me swear secrecy. So.
Oh yeah.
Dude, this guy's not giving away his name because he didn't tell me I could, but he's a 72-year-old Puerto Rican guy. He's got these little tricks. He's like, dude, X, Y, and Z. I did X, Y, and Z. My drive went from 250 to 320 in one swing. I was like lining up to hit, and I'm like, this feels so wrong. Like, I hate how I feel. Then I swung, and I have a new swing. So even though that hole, there's a golf course where we play called Stony Ford, and there's a hole that goes out, and then it turns, and there's trees on the thing. It's got a left dog leg, and then the green's right there. I forget the number. That's what I'm trying to think. It's 5. It's the one.
3 is kind of like that, but.
Nah, I don't want to spend too much time guessing a hole that only me and you would remember.
True.
We played it. I parred it when I played it with you. I parred it again today because I hit that massive drive. Little C can't get the ball off the ground. But Little C, I think now could be Tank. Like, he can get the ball off the ground. I just enjoy saying that. I think Little C and Tank are about the same. I'm terrible at golf, but these guys are worse.
You're not.
I
I'm
mean,
about
who
a
did you play with today? Your uncle?
And yeah, my uncle and his friend. My uncle's very good. He was like 11 over for the whole day. I was more than that.
I was 11 over like at 9, at 8.
I was 12 shots better than you through 2 holes when we played last.
No, you weren't.
You got smoked.
Through 3 or
Yeah, it
4.
was.
That wasn't
Tank, you
that.
shot like I shot a 6 on the first hole. You shot a 11.
No, I didn't.
It was like a 10.
I was only 1 stroke behind you on the first hole.
No, you were not.
Yes, I
You should just
was.
keep the scorecards.
I was right behind you on the
I
first
have
hole.
the
The second hole was
scorecards,
terrible.
didn't I? Oh no, I don't have my uncle's. I don't know where it is. I'll find it.
I like Mason's scorecard when he played.
He does stop keeping score after like 3 holes.
In the fifth
They
hole,
were
he just
all
stopped.
they were all double digits. So what are you gonna do? Tank, you stink at golf.
I'm not that bad.
What do you if you play a full 18? What's your score?
I don't know.
On what course? The course that you
I'm like
guys played at?
a full 18, 72. Green Ridge.
I'm not that terrible.
You're like a 120.
No. On Green Ridge, I've never hit a 120. On Green
If
Ridge,
we
I hit like a
played-
110.
Fuck Green
No,
Ridge.
you're worse than that.
I
Little C,
played
you
Green
shot a
Ridge and I've hit
160, I
that.
think,
So
the
like,
first time you played Green Ridge.
I played Green Ridge a good amount of times. I've hit 110.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you have. But if we went and played tomorrow, you'd shoot 120 plus.
Bro, I work all day. You play golf all day. What do you want?
No, I'm not. That's not the point here. I'm just saying that you would shoot over 120.
I don't think so.
We'll
The
have to
best
figure
thing
this
about
out
Green
one
Ridge
day.
is the golf carts. Let's be real.
I spun.
Most
I was
golf
playing
courses
with.
have them.
I was playing with Matt, who our one listener will know who that is, and I got right up behind him. I got to his left rear quarter panel, spun him out completely. He was doing like spins. It was a lot of fun. But moving forward to our next topic, which I'm trying to remember that I just blanked on. Oh, the NHL format, where they're going to 24 teams. We're not going to hear from Little C because he didn't pay attention to any of that. So me and Tank will just talk on this. Little C's the only reason he showed up tonight was to talk about this.
I watched Batman's live press conference, the whole thing.
So you want to talk about that a little bit, Little C?
I mean, the draft, I'm still confused on how that works because like a bunch of phases and shit that like. But no, I'm excited for hockey to come back. The Hurricanes are scared of us. That's why they didn't want. That's why they turned it down or whatever. But no, I'm excited for it to come back. Yeah, just
You said that twice now.
Oh, there he is.
I think Little C's excited hockey could come back. Do you know there's still a ways off? Like there's still like a month of negotiating.
well, yeah, but
There's a lot that could. One no vote. It's all over, Little C. Don't get your hopes up.
they said, what did Bettman say? It was like late summer, early fall.
I
Right.
heard one owner anonymously said 40% chance.
It'll probably be like the next season, like next year will probably be like the lockout shortened season, how that was.
So you ruined 2 seasons. That's cool.
I mean,
Instead
yeah,
of
I'd
just
rather
waiting until
ruin
the
one.
next one. Yeah, that's my point exactly. It's such. They should just
cancel
the
everything
season.
and be done.
all right,
'cause
if
now
the
your
Rangers
next-
win the Stanley Cup, then keep it. But if they get out in any round, I mean, just
I'd rather. See, you know what's gonna happen, and like I'm not wishing this on the guy, but this is what's gonna happen because we're the New York Rangers. Is we're gonna be like Game 6 against Carolina, and Aaron's gonna have this crippling knee injury that ruins his career. And Ranger fans are gonna be like, "We never should have played. I've been saying this all along," because that's what
Nope.
Ranger fans do.
What I do feel bad for is that the top 4 teams are gonna play like in like kind of their own like thing, their round robin or whatever. Watch like players get hurt there from the top teams.
Well, no, I heard they have like a bye because know what
they're playing to get the seeding of the top 4.
Oh, I got
I don't
it.
know
I
how
would
it's
skip
working.
that. I wouldn't bother with that if I was one of them.
I feel
I'd be
that
like,
like that.
Because what I like is they're not going to call the first round like the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like it's the play-in games, and then the first round starts. If I'm one of the team has to play I didn't hear that. I was on the golf course as I mentioned, and I was seeing if Tank would get mad at that because he'll be like I was working all day.
I did work.
But I understand, Tank. If I'm a team that has to play a round robin, I'd be like, we quit. I forfeit. Like my guys, we're gonna rest up for the first round of playoffs. If we're guaranteed a
What,
spot,
one of
why
the
risk
top
it?
4 teams?
Yeah, why risk it?
But then if
I'd be
they
like,
sit out, then they're gonna be like, oh, we weren't like the other teams were more ready than us. Whoever they play next.
yeah, but you could run a training camp. You're not. I'm. If you're a top team, I don't think you're gonna risk playing games that like, no matter what, it's like, oh, are we gonna be the second or third seed?
And now
That's
that the
not worth
regular
it.
season is over and they have like all the stats or whatever, you got Draisaitl, he won the Art Ross, and Ovechkin and Pasternak are sharing the Rocket Richard.
It's like usually I
and
care a lot
Panarin's gonna
about that.
get Hart.
Just
Who?
cancel it all.
Panarin's gonna win the Hart.
Panarin he'll be top 3 in votes, but I doubt he'll.
He should definitely get in it now that they're in the playoffs.
They're not in the playoffs though. That was made
But
clear.
the regular season's over.
Yeah,
and
but they're not in
technically,
the
like-
playoffs. There's the play in. Big difference. Big difference. They're not a playoff team.
Big difference is it's not gonna happen. They're just gonna cancel.
But
It's
yeah,
gonna
I
be
still
over,
don't
yeah.
think there'll be hockey. I think there'll be basketball just because it seems more realistic.
Why?
I don't think
why?
there'll be because it just and there's so much more control over the teams in the NBA than the NHL. NHL they're very independent. There's a lot of people that get saying that. The NBA it's like the commissioner of the union. That's about it.
Yeah.
I don't think baseball will happen. I think this whole year gets canceled for
I
baseball.
saw
Now.
that
I agree.
it's like down.
Just because
Football?
I like the new system. I think could work where it's a prorated pay scale. I think that solves the union's issue, but I just think that's not worth it. Why ruin it? I would rather just try to have a normal
Just kill
year
the
next year.
season. Yeah.
College football. This is kind of going to all sports now. College football will happen, I believe, and there will be fans in attendance. There's all the races down south. The stands are packed. And
Yeah, I
there's a
mean,
huge
even the
spike
dirt
in-
racing events, they're all packed.
There's a huge. Here's what I hate is this. They had races in Georgia where the stands were packed. There's a race going on right now. Chase Elliott is doing the bounty against Kyle Busch, but if you remember that from like March, NASCAR fans, we'll get to the 600 in a second. But there was a huge spike in cases, and people are like, "See, they crowded together and they got it." But the new test comes back much quicker than the old one, so it just like the test they were waiting 3 days for all came back in one day. That's why there's a huge spike. So there's a lot of people saying, "See, they shouldn't be playing sports." Like I thought that was really stupid. Those are people that just didn't pay attention to the new test they started.
Well,
down
they
Georgia.
just want to say C, and then
Yeah, it's like headline news. It's really stupid. People should actually pay attention. But it's still no. What I didn't think of this too. I heard it on a show. It's like the problem with fans coming back isn't watching the game. It's entering and leaving. Because think of leaving like the Garden, how like jam packed everyone is. Everyone's leaving at the same time. That's the thing that's really and like entering. That's the issue. Because you could literally be like, all right, every other seat. And I know people made fun of that, but like, hey, if I tell you can watch the Rangers play in the Stanley Cup Finals, you just can't sit next to your family. He's got to be one over. You'll be like, I don't care.
yeah.
And like when we're at MSG and you're like leaving or like going down like the escalator shit, you're packed together with
Yeah.
people.
They would literally, and
Amazing.
people get pissed off and just leave because we're New Yorkers. They would be like section 215, like you can leave now. And it's just a section, but people won't go for that because that would take forever.
Yeah, especially if you're the last section.
Random fact, little C, Scenic raised their prices to $15 for 9
Did
holes.
they really?
It was $10 last week. It's now $15.
Okay.
That's
It was
ridiculous.
$13 last year.
Yeah, it's 13 normally.
You can go to the course we were talking about earlier. It's completely random. Play 18. You can walk the whole course for $20. Play 18 holes,
By
Really?
which
yourself.
is a lot of walking. But yeah, I don't
How
know.
come we
That's
paid
just a random
32?
thought. Hmm?
How come we paid 32?
We went on the weekend. We went Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I would say the most like NBA will come back. I think that's very realistic. And also, it's a difference between having 20 guys on a team to 12 at most. It's like I know it's only 8, but it's a lot easier to control too, and you can space them out. A hockey bench, how are you going to keep guys on the bench 6 feet apart? I don't think you can. In basketball, you can. You just put them like around the baseline.
How are they doing it in soccer? I know that soccer resumed, like the benches and stuff.
I think they have them like they have like really like because there's no like officials like that are in like spectators that sit on the sidelines anymore and watch. So they just literally have them stretch all the way out. And there's some teams that have like quarantined the whole team, so it's like they're only around each other, so they're like they can be next to each other, but that won't fly here. So I don't know. It's gonna be a see. Here's the thing too. It's like once sports come back, this podcast gets a lot better, and
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
our fans. The fans keep telling. Like I hear the fans, even though they don't talk to us, I hear them, and there's millions of them, and we love them all. It's like they're just waiting for sports to get back to really hear some hot takes about
They're
when
demanding
things.
more topics.
Pete Alonso might be the best player ever when he's got 32 home runs, but he's batting 220. That's what people are going to pay for because that's what the Liberty
Whose hot
Tank's
take
gonna
is that?
pay.
Is that my hot take?
That's going to be you, Tank. You're like, I love Pete. Pete's the best ever.
I love
As
Pete.
he's hit 220.
I got the jerseys up right
You can't see it.
there.
Can't see him, Tank. This is
Actually,
really
I
good
don't know.
podcast for our fans on Anchor.fm, which powers this podcast. You can also listen to it on Spotify at 3 Dudes 1 Zoom and watch and listen on YouTube at 3 Dudes 1 Zoom. So we'll now move to our final topic, which Little C will lead. The Coca-Cola 600 was this past Sunday. They're racing trucks right now. Chase Elliott going for the Bounty Gate against Kyle Busch, which I will tune into after this probably. Actually, maybe not. I don't know. Tank, what'd you think of the race?
I thought it was a decent race coming down. Elliott would have won if there wasn't a caution, and it sucks that
For
they had to
sure.
go into overtime, and he was put into that position, or Alan Gustafson was, because it was a lose-lose. He doesn't pit, everyone else pits behind him, and he loses.
Mm-hmm.
Pits, he gets the third, and he had one more lap, he wins the race. But
For sure. The caution killed him. Lil C, did you watch the race? No.
No, I just have the standings right in front of me of like.
All right, cool. So we'll go to you in a second because that actually brings up a point I was going to bring up.
Danny Hamlin with the huge 4 suspension
Yeah,
for
but another
their
thing, it's
engineer. And
people are like there was an article. Can Chase finish? Like is he like a closer type driver? Like
I
can he
think
win the
I
big
think in
races?
two. How are you gonna say that after the 2 last races he was wrecked and put in a bad position?
No, but it's like here's the thing: if Chase pits, they don't pit like they did. If he doesn't pit, then they all pit.
yeah,
And it's either there's no like that's the worst
he
position.
doesn't pit.
to be.
Everyone puts behind him. Like it's just.
But I also agree, and this was like when I was watching it live, and I thought they weren't gonna pit. You can't give up track position, and you can't give up first place that late in a race. That's just a rule I have. I would rather you beat me for first place and
I would too.
outrace
I wouldn't
me
have pit.
than me go to pit row and lose first place because of that. Yeah, I'm
I
like
wouldn't have
at
pit.
least because even if you are on old tires, your
I'm
car's
gonna try and
something wrong with
block.
it, I can do something. I can put up a fight. If you pit, you
Yeah.
take that all away from Chase. Big news: Jimmy Johnson is
Did I miss this?
DQ'd
Oh yeah.
after
Do you know
the
what he
race.
was DQ'd for? It's
No,
just like a tech violation. He just.
Cliff Daniels said there was a broken part in the car that they think broke during the race. But it's like, here's what if that's true, then how can NASCAR punish them? But apparently,
Yeah.
it's like I like from what I read briefly on it, it was like something that was broken that Jimmy Johnson like they had to know it was broken, and it was like a safety violation not to fix, which makes sense. But it's like I don't know.
Stupid.
I thought it was stupid, but what are you gonna do? So he goes from 8th place in points to where's Jimmy Johnson, the 48 car right now in points, Little C? Do you have the results from the race or the standings?
Oh, I have the
Points.
results. That's what I meant.
Oh,
Jimmy,
see?
he should. Did he race in that race though?
Nope, he didn't race. Nope.
Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, he did, Little C. I think he's 15th in points. I was just trying to get Little C involved in the discussion right there.
bet
Chase Elliott?
Chase Elliott's 4th overall in points. He's like 6th
Jimmy
in the playoff
Johnson.
standing.
Wait.
So, but that's a big like Jimmy Johnson can't catch a break. He went from being like a good run in the playoffs to like he just like let's just have good runs the rest of the way. We'll be in the top 10 for playoffs. To now he's got to win. Like he's got to just race out of his mind for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
It's terrible. He has the worst luck lately. And the best race you're going to see this week is who can get the standings first. We got Tank and Little C, both Googling it, looks
He's
like.
15th.
161, is that right?
He's 15th.
No, wait.
I looked
Wait,
it up
what's
in 2 seconds.
161?
He's 15th, and he has 162 points. I don't even know where he's getting 161.
How do you
Okay,
read
he's
these?
one off. You can't crucify that kid. He doesn't
Crucified.
know. He's learning. He's learning the sport.
No, I'm interested. What's this 161?
I don't know where you got it from. There's
I
no
don't know.
one on the points who has 161 points. He went down 3 positions.
Is that high or low?
It's in the middle. He's 15th.
Yeah, that's like, well, not more than middle.
More in the middle.
It's the
47
top
guys, so.
16 Little C make the playoffs. So,
Gotcha.
Clip Boyer
I
went
don't-
down 4.
well, Boyer hit the right front
Control arm broke.
Yeah,
That's
and that
tough.
is
He
scary.
hit the wall hard.
Because I forget, I think it was Gordon who said when that happens, you just turn right and there's
Yeah,
nothing
you just
can
turn
do
right. There's
about
nothing you can do.
it. I thought he was concussed. He got the wind knocked out of him pretty
Oh, I
bad.
bet. That's a hard hit. And you
Little
have
C.
absolutely no
Yeah.
control.
Imagine you're driving down the road, okay, in your boo, and just to not go technical, the whole right front of your car that holds the wheel breaks.
Yeah,
what
I'd be
happened
done.
to Boyer
I'd be
without
done.
going
So.
into- Yeah,
Yeah.
not good. Imagine hitting the wall at 150 miles an hour when that happens.
Also be done. So.
Exactly. But the boo would bounce back. Little C would perish in the crash.
car-
Shit's been through a lot.
The boo has hit 3 raccoons. I don't think I've seen 3 raccoons in my life.
What's worse, the boo hitting 3 raccoons or my brother's car running over an owl and the owl
The
stayed?
raccoons.
You think?
An owl?
My dad did.
Apparently, it was dead in the road, from what I heard,
Oh.
and he hit it. Because when I first heard the stories, there was just an owl chilling on the road, and just Johnny came and clocked it.
And
But it
the
turns
owl
out that
stayed.
the owl was dead and laying in the road, and John was like, "I'll just go over it. I'm fine." And it got stuck in the grill underneath. And
For
John
weeks.
left it. John left it in the grill for a long time. Killed the aerodynamics on the car. Definitely clogged up that front grill. So if he tried to go fast, he would have blown up probably. But your family's the worst drivers I've ever seen in my life. Little C.
Savannah's good. My mom's not that good.
No, there's no chance she's good. She told me
She's got
she
the
can't
Delucia
drive
genes.
if there's a car behind her. She says
Huh?
she gets too nervous and she goes really fast if there's a car behind her.
Yeah, she goes really fast. You think she go really slow? That's terrible.
Yeah, she speeds up. She tries to put distance between her and
No,
second
it's
place.
bad. That's no. I mean,
My dad
in racing, great.
looks at every car when he drives. He'll be driving like
Your
that. I'm like,
dad's
"Dad,
head is out
eyes
the
on road."
window. Your dad's head is out the window when he drives.
Well, that's just Johnny.
The best is when he blew by Tyler's house at 180 miles an hour.
Yeah,
at
and I'm like,
Daytona,
where's he
trying
go?
to get
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, and my house is back there. He's
Flying
I don't know.
by.
You're
I'm like, is he gonna
you're
slow
a
down?
bad
Is he
driver
gonna slow
too,
down?
Little.
Yeah.
No, there's no chance. It just
No.
brakes don't work that way to slow down at that
He-
speed at that
Well,
range.
he just never slowed down.
We would have had a brake at like a mile away
Yeah.
to properly. That was bad. Johnny was flying. He was
Johnny.
hauling. I don't know. Johnny, I would love to see him drive like the van if he still had
Oh,
it
the
at,
van's
like,
the van's
Daytona.
long gone.
I know, that's the saddest thing ever. Just so
All
everyone
right.
knows,
He got no
Corey's
money.
Corey's father had the van. It was iconic growing up through high school to see a blue van
To
pull
see the
up to
blue
the roller
van.
hockey rink. And
What's up,
usually
guys?
his father would his father would have one arm and both
Out the window.
shoulders out the window with a little, "Hey, how you doing?" It's like, "Johnny, please stay." And how are your feet like touching the pedals? It's like,
Hey guys.
All the hockey equipment in there and everything.
oh
Everything
yeah.
went. And
And there was just like this cut in the roof where you felt like he was storing something for a rainy day. It was really something else. But
it was
no, it
the
was all
ceiling
good
was like
times.
coming down.
There was
Oh,
times I
funny.
thought the roof of that was going to cave in, and I know that's not logical because it's not like a house. But just looking up, you're like, this might blow. There was times I worried when it was raining too that I was going to get really wet if I went in that van. A lot of good times, Johnny. We might play hockey tomorrow. Tank, are you working tomorrow?
Yep.
What time?
9 to 5.
I was thinking we should play later in the day just to get out of the heat, by the way, too, Lil. See? I like how we're discussing
doesn't
our
matter.
personal life. Because it's like, it's
Is-
hot.
Is Rocco gonna be?
Yeah, I
on
was going
today?
to text all them tonight.
Missed hockey on Sunday. Sorry, I was doing stuff.
Unacceptable.
Are we doing it again this Sunday?
Yeah, as we plan our personal lives on our sports podcast. I think that's a good idea. No, we will, and Testa will be there.
Really?
Yeah, so that will
Fuck
be.
the 10 people, bro. There were more than 10 people there.
There was 8.
Well, with the 3 guys came. Well, the guy,
The
his,
sandals
like,
guy.
dad. Yeah.
That was interesting. People have no idea what we're talking about, Liam.
People, I don't even know what you're talking about.
No, this we were playing hockey and we were all done and we were just talking, and these people showed up and they're like, someone was like, oh, like, Wes was like, oh, you gonna take a few shots? Oh no, Wes was like, can you skate? And he's like, yeah, I can skate. And the father was like, he's in sandals right now. And Wes, when he walked away, he's like, no shit, you can't skate in sandals. You think I didn't know that? He's like, he's an
Love
asshole.
Wes. I wish I knew.
But no, at one
I
point we had more
would've
than
thought
10
about it.
people there. So we should just send out an email through the league.
I'm not having 20 guys show up.
We're not
I
gonna
was
get
given
20
very
guys.
specific instructions from Sweeten on how to handle the comeback, and I'm following them. So,
15.
Just
We're
let
not
me-
going to get
Open
20
up.
guys.
hey, you're not the president, buddy, okay? When you're the president, you make these decisions.
But your dad chose not to.
This meeting has been upgraded.
Cool. So we can talk forever. I like how
Yeah.
normally when we're running out of
A
time,
gift from Zoom, yeah.
normally we're like, oh, we have 6 more topics to go to, and we can.
And now
So we
we
can
don't
talk
have
all night.
anything. I don't.
Let's
I
think of
plan on.
topics.
It's like I want to get off this podcast as soon as possible.
I
and
haven't showered. I'm filthy.
Well, I extended it to 9:05 to record this.
Oh,
so
did
I
you
could-
see that
I was helping
audio
my dad
was leaked?
outside.
Wait,
Audio
before-
was leaked from Michael Jordan talking to, I forget who.
Oh,
he
yeah.
talked to, TMZ Sports or whatever, that he like said that he wouldn't play on the dream team if Isaiah Thomas was
Oh
playing.
no!
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's like, even in the Last Dance, when Jordan was talking about Isaiah Thomas on the team, it's like someone said that Jordan got a call and said, hey, you play for the dream team. Don't worry, the guy you're thinking about isn't on the team. And then Jordan's like, yeah, I never asked for Isaiah Thomas to not be on the team. It's like, Jordan, they already knew not to ask that guy before calling you.
Yeah,
So obviously they knew you wouldn't play if he was there. Isaiah was the second
but
best
it
point
wasn't
guard in
his
the league.
decision then. Like, you know.
Who, Jordan?
Yeah.
But that team, no one cares about if Jordan's not there. Sure, they win gold, but it's not the oh my goodness, dream team if Jordan's not on it. The conversation is, why isn't Jordan on this team, instead of look how great this team is.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And that team's iconic. That's the reason the NBA is global like it is today, was that team. That was the start of everything.
And I'm glad Isaiah Thomas wasn't on it. So.
Yeah, he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway from the Last Dance of Isaiah Thomas. And
He's a
I've seen
weirdo.
interviews with he's a strange dude.
I just don't understand like how you don't shake hands. Like that's like the ultimate disrespect.
Ask me,
Like,
Corey.
I've been playing sports since I was 5. Like after every game, it's just, you shake
But
hands.
that
like,
happens before. That happens all the time. I don't have a
Hell
problem.
no.
I've
No,
never
I
done-
don't
I've
have
never
a
had
problem with it as
Well,
long
I
as
guess
you
I have
own
had a
it.
game.
As
I guess
long
I
as
have
you,
had a game.
I had an all-star game against a town of Wallkill.
I think
They
we
wouldn't
played
shake our
menacing,
hands.
and we didn't shake hands.
Wallkill wouldn't shake our hands.
Hey.
It was a rivalry, buddy. It was like
Yeah.
our sophomore, junior year of high school was an all-star tournament. We played them 3 games. They beat us in the final game to move on.
What about
and there was a
Sean
lot of
Avery and Marty
controversy.
Verdor when they were shaking hands? They just walked right by each other.
The cops were called to the second game in my series.
I've had that.
And then we had to call Little League headquarters for game 3 for a rule dispute, and Bristol, Connecticut was on the line, and a coach I had at the time, Showalter, who Tank will know, and Corey might know. He's like, call Bristol. He just screamed that for 5 minutes until they finally called Bristol.
I only know Rusty. I don't know the dot. Well, I went
Mr.
to one of.
Showalter's the man.
I think Tyler. I think we went to one of your games and he was your coach, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
my coach.
He was.
Okay,
But
I never.
Just so people can understand, it's one of the greatest travesties is this team that I was on losing, because it was a dream team of itself. There was a bush, all right, in left field. And the rule was, if a ball went into the bush, there was no fence at this field.
Oh.
If the ball went into the bush, it's a home run, because it was like 320 feet away in left field. We're like, all right, no problem. A friend of ours, Ryan, comes up, hits one clean into the bush. Clean. Kid runs all the way back into the bush, catches it. We were told the front of the fence is the bush is the fence. If it passes that over, it's a home run. Kid runs into the
say
bush,
that's-
catches the ball. They called him out. Hold on, little C. They called him out. Rusty Showalter, son of the coach we just mentioned, playing left field late in the innings. It's a 3-3 game. This kid Perez, I'll never forget his name. He lives in Wallkill still. I forget what college he went to. Hits a ball. Rusty catches it on the run. Beautiful catch. Runs into the bush. They called it a home run. We lost our mind. It's one of the greatest It's worse than Bucky Denton to the Red
Were you
Sox.
playing in Wallkill?
Yeah. That's another thing. There's a rule that you can't play in your home field in like all-star tournaments. You have to play at a neutral site.
Makes sense.
We were playing the town of Wallkill, but they said it's not a neutral. It's a neutral field because we were in the village of Wallkill, which is a part of the town of Wallkill. I'm still. Don't bring anyone on that team. Hold on, little C. I can't wear that uniform, that all-star. It's one of the coolest uniforms I ever got. It's got my name on the back and everything. I pitched in that game. I bailed out a friend coming in from the close with the bases loaded in a jam with no outs, and I got it to the next inning without giving up a run. And it's just Fish Harvey. He's a friend of ours. He can't talk about it. He gets so upset. It's the worst game.
I think
so
you know where
terrible.
you peaked, Teets.
I did peak. Yeah, I wanted to peak. I realized I'm like, this is the highest level of baseball I'll ever play. I'm like, I'm gonna go all out here.
And the whole Bush thing, I guess you could say that's Bush League.
Some of the things that come out of your mouth.
All right, so I hope you please listen to us for our next episode.
I don't know if
even
you're gonna
after
listen
that
to us
show.
after that comment.
Yeah, that might be the end for us there.
I think that might be the end of
It was
Bush great run, boys.
17 episodes, I think. It was
Great
Bush
run.
League.
One comment. We're not coming back.
Should I make a meme of like
No.
in a graveyard? It just says 3.
So thank you all for listening. Listen to us on our next show, which will be Thursday. It'll be up Thursday night. Listen to us, as always, on the great Anchor.fm, which is a great place if you want to go and make your own podcast. It's really easy. Our friend Liam over at Screen Door Experience made his podcast.
No. Don't give him a shout out.
No, we're giving him a shout out. By the way, shout out Body Armor. Please sponsor us for the next thing. I drank 2 of your drinks today. Very tasty, very healthy, very good.
Is that what Mitch had?
Yeah, it's really good.
You fucking loser.
No, that's
Body Armor is good stuff.
It's full of vitamins. It's got zinc in it, which is a big
Body
thing.
Armor is good stuff, but Mitch is fat.
Dude, I had the strawberry banana. Delicious.
Good stuff.
Fruit punch tastes like that Kool-Aid stuff that the guy in the jug had.
Oh, shit.
It's really good stuff. But thank you all for listening, and make sure you check us out. Subscribe. I've said this like 3 times now. We appreciate it all. Hi, Liam. I know you're listening. Peace out, everyone. Say bye, guys.
Peace.
Peace.